How can you not be hyped up after that? Hello everyone and welcome to my new Let's Play of Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. This is my favorite game in the world. This is a game that's from my childhood. I used to play it all the time. I still boot it up every few years to play it. So let's get right into it. Get a new file. And we're going to start off with a secret. Let's go to the options menu. I don't know if maybe this is really little known or if everybody else knew this but me, but I found out about this like this month, like very recently. But there's a few hidden characters that you can use in the options to say all the lines in the menus. Here you can see you've got your classics. You got Sonic, Knuckles, Tails, Eggman, Rouge, and Shadow. But you can actually get another one if you take the joystick and rotate it very rapidly counterclockwise like this. After a few seconds, the Secretary theme appears. I never knew about this growing up, but I know about it now, so here she is. There's our friend the Secretary. She's going to be our companion for this run-through.
Which story do you wish to try?
There she is. Sonic Adventure 2. Very simple. You got a hero side story and a dark side story. This was the first time in the series that you could actually play as Dr. Eggman, and two new characters, Shadow and Rouge, who have since become series mainstays. We're rebels. We're going to start with the dark story.
Intruder alert. Intruder alert. Security breach at gate 3. Intruder has been located in the north quadrant and is moving in the direction of the underground base. All units prepare to engage. Emergency battle formations. Standard battle procedures initiated. Locate and stop intruder entering area. This is not a drill. This is not a drill.
That's all. Let's take a look at what my grandfather was working on. A top secret military weapon. The military shut down the research because they feared.
Stage 1, Iron Gates. Get to the core of the military base. Here we go, jumping right in with the Doctor. Right off the bat, we've got a little bit of slowdown. I need to address that now. I am on an emulator. I do own this game both for the GameCube and for Steam. However, I don't have a capture card, and when I tried to get it to work on Steam, I could not get the thing to read my GameCube controller. So we are going to be going for an emulator here. There is going to be a little bit of slowdown. There might be a couple of glitches. There's not all that much I can do about it. There's also some input lag, which we're seeing here. There we go. I am going to be going to the Chow Garden in pretty much every stage that I can. I'm not going to get all of the Chow emblems, at least not right now, maybe sometime down the line, but it just takes too much time. I'm really not about to Chow grind on an emulator, especially not when I've got my collection that I've had going for a decade on the GameCube. But I will be showing it, and we will be hopefully connecting with some of the Chow. This is going to be what I call sort of maybe an 80% playthrough. I'm going to do all missions. I'm not going to get all emblems. I quite frankly can't. This game is very, very difficult. To get all the emblems, you have to get all the A ranks. I can't do it. I probably could do it if I just sat here and run my head into the game for hours and hours and hours, but I'm not going to do that. I need to actually have fun with this. So I will be showing off everything I can. I'm just not going to go for all the A ranks. I will be getting some A ranks because some of them are actually pretty easy. But that's what we're going to do in terms of completion. Now this level here, I don't mind this level, I actually kind of like this level. I would agree with most people who think that the shooting sections are the worst part of the game. They're kind of slow. Some of the levels really overstay their welcome. But this level and the first Tails level I actually like quite a bit. In terms of getting A ranks for the shooters, you're going to do that by getting combos and getting those style points. You see it just said nice on the screen. I'll go over the style points a little bit later when I can sort of talk about them a little bit more in depth. All you need to know about them for these types of levels is that the higher combo you get, the more points you get. So for example, if you get I just ruined my combo there. If you get 2 or more enemies all at once like that, you get however many enemies you targeted minus 1. These are just free points right here. I don't usually go for A ranks the first time through a level because I don't have the upgrades that I might need to use. You can do it in this one, I very well might get it without even trying. But don't be surprised if I really just don't care about my ranks. We will be taking upgrade breaks every now and then. There is an upgrade in every level. You can't always get them because sometimes they're locked behind other upgrades. The upgrade in this stage, for example, is locked behind something we don't have yet, so we'll be back at some point. The plot so far is Dr. Robotnik, or Dr. Eggman as he's called at this point, has found his grandfather's research diary, and it's led him to this military base to find some sort of top secret weapon. Let's take a quick diversion here. There's a pipe here. If you stand next to a pipe and whistle, you get an animal. There's certain amounts of animals hidden in each stage. I don't know exactly how many for each stage. It's different depending on where you are. I'm not going to be getting all of them. I'll show off a few of them if I can, but I don't really plan on going out of my way too much. There are a few like special legendary animals, whatever you want to call them, that I will be going out of my way to show. But for the most part, if I pick them up, I pick them up. If not, then not. Very quick stage, just how I like them when it comes to these types of shooters. Ah, there's the Chow key back there. There are going to be stages where I get all 3 Chow boxes. I'll explain that when it happens. Let's see here. That's probably a B rank. Yeah, that is just shy of an A rank. That's okay. And there's our first emblem. And here's the Chow world. I'll be doing a little bit more of an in-depth episode or tacking this onto another episode later. There's not all that much you can actually do in the Chow world when you come in through an area or through a level, because it doesn't really let you leave. Like, as soon as you try to leave the Chow garden, it just kicks you back out. But let's take a look at what we got here. This is the Chow garden. Some would argue the best part of the game, and I am not inclined to disagree. We've got 2 eggs here. These eggs will hatch on their own if we leave them alone. They'll also hatch if we throw them against the wall, but we're not going to do that. We're gonna... I love controlling Eggman in here. We're going to give these eggs a little shake. It looks very violent when Eggman does it, but this is the nice way to raise a Chow, or to hatch a Chow. If you do it this way, they will actually come out liking you from the beginning. There we go. That other one might hatch on its own, that's fine. If you haven't guessed already, we're going to go with 1 Hero Chow and 1 Dark Chow, and this one is our Dark Chow. Doesn't have a name yet, can't give it a name yet because it won't let me leave this area with him. But here you go. Now we know which one is which. Chow have stats. They use these stats in little mini games. You can do racing or karate. And they will do differently in those games depending on how good their stats are. The animals will give the Chow sort of like body parts from the animal, so you can see his tail and his feet are now a tiger. They also have 1 main attribute, so the cheetah is a... I want to say it's actually a power attribute. See, its power is up higher. I don't know exactly the ins and outs of all the animals, but for the most part, if you give a Chow an animal, it will go up a lot in 1 stat, but it'll also go down by another stat. So I like to use these things called Chow drives, or the legendary animals, which don't do that. Each color corresponds to a stat. You can see we just gave him green. Green is run. Red is power. Yellow is swim, and purple is fly. There's all our Chow drives. We might be doing a little bit of racing. I might show off some of the stuff, so it's good to get a few stats. You can see even Dr. Eggman is charmed by small animals. The Chow is changing colors. He's getting darker. That means he's turning into a Dark Chow. And you'll see the importance of that later. Chow do eventually evolve. And when they evolve, they either become a Hero Chow or a Dark Chow or a Neutral Chow if you try to keep things balanced. One more thing I'll show, you can get these fruits here. Come on. And you can feed the Chow fruit. And that's how you get them stamina. Ooh, this one's hungry. Okay, he's eating too quickly. I think that means this Chow has a big eater personality. Oh man, he didn't even eat it. Come on, just a little bit. I heard the other Chow hatch over there. We'll deal with him later. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong, but I think only the big eater Chow will do that little thing where they sort of choke on it. Alright, bye-bye. We'll give him a name later. If we tried to bring him out to give him a name, it would just kick us out. Here it says now saving Chow data. Time for a new level.
So this is the military's top secret weapon. It's a lot smaller than I expected. Enter user data. Enter password. Password is Maria. Maria. Now all I have to do is to place the Chaos Emerald into this console.
Are you trying to spoil my plans again? Wait a minute. You're not Sonic. This is impossible.
My name is Shadow. Since you were so kind to release me, Master, I will grant you one wish.
Now what?
Behold the true power I possess.
This is Scorpion Troops Hunt.
Did I say it's time for a level? I was wrong. It's time for a boss fight.
Intercept and destroy.
This is the first boss of the game. It's pretty easy. You can break it pretty easily, which I will be trying to do here. This is also Shadow, the first time you can control... Whoops, that didn't work. It's the first time you can control Shadow ever in the Sonic series. He controls exactly like Sonic. He doesn't really have any special powers that Sonic doesn't have. I actually like controlling him better than Sonic, purely because he has these little hover boots, and I don't know, something about that just, like, makes me feel like I'm moving faster. I've always really liked that. Alright, let's see if I can do that trick that I was actually trying to do. Oh, come on! You can hit him while he's still doing his little animation here. I'm usually pretty good at it, but I'm not doing super well at it right now. Either way, easy boss, just dodge the rockets, dodge everything, and aim for the cockpit. Fun fact, I was very young when I played this game for the first time. I didn't know what a cockpit was, so I kept dying repeatedly, and Omocha would say, aim for the cockpit, and I had no idea what he meant. Who says video games can't be educational? Definitely learned that word. There we go, that's what I was trying to do. You got a hit off of me, that's fine. I'm not worried about that. I just want to finish this boss fight up as soon as possible. I love just moving around with Shadow. Unfortunately, Shadow actually has the fewest levels in the entire game. He only gets 4, which is really a shame because he's so much fun to move around as. Oh, okay, is he gonna do rockets? Yep. Yeah, we're about to win. There's not all that much to say about the boss fights. They're either ridiculously easy or ridiculously hard. You'll see some of that later.
Pathetic human.
Tell me he's not just the coolest guy you've ever seen.
Destroying that guard robot was spectacular. So, Shadow, you are the military's top secret weapon. But what did you mean when you said you will grant me a wish?
Bring more Chaos Emeralds.
Shadow, wait!
I'll be waiting for you in the central control room on the Space Colony Ark.
Ark.
Just let it go. You just don't know when to give up, do you?
What are you talking about? That emerald's mine. You got that? The Master Emerald contains special powers that neutralize the energy of the Chaos Emeralds. That makes it very powerful.
What the?
Look who's calling who a thief.
I came here following the signal from the Emerald. If I'm not mistaken, this is the Master Emerald, isn't it?
Dr. Eggman.
So that's Dr. Eggman.
Well, I guess I can use it for something. I'll just take it with me. Farewell, knucklehead.
Not if I can help it.
What was that all about? And look what you did to my emerald!
I did that to prevent the Master Emerald from being stolen, you idiot. If it's in pieces, I can restore it. And by the way, that's not your emerald.
Doesn't matter. I'll look into it once I get back to the base.
I despise anyone who takes jewels. All the world's gems are mine to keep.
Yeah, we'll see about that, Batgirl.
Stage 2, Dry Lagoon. Find 3 pieces of the Master Emerald. Here's Rouge. She has definitely my favorite music out of the entire series. I love her theme song. I love her level music. Love me some jazz. This is a great stage. Some people don't like the treasure hunting stages in this game. I actually really like them, particularly the Angel Island stages, so this one and Knuckle stage. The music helps. And Rouge has a few stages as well. This is her only good one. We'll talk about that later. We can't dig yet, so I will be going. Oh shoot, that was a mistake. That's a radar. The radar has been changed in this game. If you played Sonic Adventure 1, you have radar on the bottom, and it used to, well, it triggers when you're in close proximity to an emerald. It used to do that for all 3 at a time. Now it only focuses on 1, and you've got those little hint computers that you can use that will tell you where something is. Unfortunately, their range for activating them is very large, so you can do it when you're not trying to, just like I did when I tried to get that Chow box. If you use a hint computer, you lose points off of your score. So, see how I got a tight there? That would have been an awesome, probably. I usually get A ranks on these first 2 treasure hunting stages. It's because they're so small, it's really easy to do. With that hint box, I doubt it's going to happen, but you never know. This is when I may actually come back and show the A rank. We'll have to be here again for an upgrade later anyway. But we can't get that yet because we can't dig. That's something we'll do later. There's not all that much to say to the stage in terms of completing it. It's very small. If you don't get a reading on the first area, get the turtle, go one side, go the other side. And that's pretty much just what you do. We haven't gotten a reading yet. It's probably at the top of this area. But yeah, this stage goes by really quick. Not that much to explain. I really like exploring it though. When I was a kid, I would just sit here in this level and just look at everything for a really long time. I know in Tulip I did like grand tours of each area. That was a unicorn, by the way. I'll explain that in a second. I guess it's not up here. But oh, here we go. I did tours of all the areas in Tulip. I might do something like that for this. Probably not with all the levels, but at least for a few of them. Particularly with the treasure hunting levels. It's almost a shame that you can go through these levels so quickly, because just look at all this. This is absolutely gorgeous. I got 3, oops, there's a ceiling. I got 3 Chow boxes. There's 3 Chow boxes per level. The first one gets you the Chow key, the second one gets you some regular animals, and the third one will get you a legendary animal. I have no idea if that's what they're actually called, that's just what I call them. There's 4 or 5 different types per level. This one gets you a unicorn, and seeing as my A rank is pretty much busted anyway, I will show you another secret unicorn you can get. If you stand right here in this little circle and toggle actions with either the B button, or the Y button, then you can whistle for a hidden unicorn there. Yeah, I'll show you this area here. There's a sort of hidden area that you can get to using this turtle. I'll show it. You can grab on here and he's going to take you through a little tunnel. Unfortunately, the emerald actually can be through this tunnel, which is how I've discovered how to do this, because I've had to before. Usually, there's nothing in here, but every now and then, you do have to come in here and get an emerald piece. There's nothing in here this time. But if you ever wondered how to get into this little area, that's how you do it. This is going to be a pretty casual playthrough of this. I'm going to try to go through kind of like I would when I was a kid or when I'm just sort of messing around on my own. I'm not particularly great at this game anyway, so you're not going to be seeing anything in terms of like super impressive gameplay. I just kind of want to show off, you know, how to have fun with this game. It is a wonderful game. There are some flaws, and those cracks definitely start to show if you're going for A ranks. But in general, this game I really do think is very good. Not this way. Back the other way. You can see there's some little animals just hanging around everywhere. Yep, and it's over here somewhere. Not very many places for the emerald to go in this level. In each level, the emeralds are randomized. There's hundreds of different locations for them. Where is it? Here we go. A quirk of this emulator is that you get a little exclamation mark above your head when you're close to an emerald. It's really, really finicky with this one. You have to be like right up against it. It's probably like a D, maybe a C. C?
Not too bad, I guess.
Yeah, not too bad, considering I wasn't trying. There's our second emblem. And I do believe it's off to the Chow World. We'll get this little guy a name as soon as possible. Probably when I take a break for upgrades, I'll go get him. Alright, where are you? There he is. Oh, something I forgot to mention with the animals is every time you give a Chow an animal, it learns an action. So, here we go. We'll see what see, we just lost some stats for run and power. That's why I don't really like giving Chow animals unless I'm trying to like make them look a particular way. It's not always the best way to raise up their stats. But with a legendary animal like this, you'll get lots of stat gains and no stat decreases. So that really is the way to do it. Let me try to show off animal duplication. I'm not great at it, but let's see. It didn't quite work. Come back. There's a glitch you can do called animal duplication that you can use to actually duplicate these animals. I'm not going to be abusing it a lot. I just want to see if I can show it off. Nah. It's okay. I'm not good at it. I've never been able to really get it. Well, if you drop the animal in front of them by a certain distance instead of handing it to them, then the animal doesn't get used up. But we're not really grinding out stats anyway. Is there anybody else? Yeah, here's a little otter. I'll point out an animal action if I ever see a Chow do it. But it'll be interesting to see what our Chow looks like in the end. I gotta get this guy a name. We gotta start getting attached to him. Alright. Let's see where we're going next.
Those idiots will never find my hidden base inside this pyramid. Let's take care of business here first, then get inside.
Alright, Sand Ocean. Not my favorite level. Probably not going to get an A rank. We don't really have the upgrades needed to do that. This is just kind of boring. I've heard people call this place Bland Ocean. I am inclined to agree. It's not like a terrible level. I don't like the color palette. I don't like the way it looks. I don't like this aesthetic. It doesn't draw me in. But, I mean, in terms of gameplay, it's not actually that bad. These dynamite packs do count as things you can use in your combos. There'll be some, like, scenery and stuff that you can blow up that won't count for a combo. They'll get you maybe, like, 10 points or something. Like, these canisters here don't count for combos. But the dynamite packs do. I'm pretty sure you get points for blowing this stuff up, too. Although, if you're going for a rank, you're generally not going to be getting your points by blowing up pots, but it can add up. Ring boxes also do not count towards your total combo. While we're just sort of going through here without much else to talk about, I'll explain these style points. Off the top of my head, good is 100 points. Nice is 200 points. Great, oh, there's Chucky. Great is 300 points. That guy's dropping bombs. Sorry, great is 300 points. Jammin' is 400. Tight is 600. I don't think there is a 500. Sorry, I'm trying to concentrate so I don't get hit. Radical, I believe, is 800. Extreme is No, sorry, awesome is 1,000, extreme is 1,500, and then perfect is 2,000 points. Perfect, as far as I know, Sonic and Shadow actually can't get perfect ranks. I think the highest they can ever get is awesome. I don't think they can get extreme either. At least if you can, I've never seen it. For Sonic and Shadow, style points will happen for things like combos off of enemies, and also just for doing random things during the stages, maybe for grinding rails or for doing certain tricks. For Knuckles and Rouge, you'll get your points by finding emeralds within a certain amount of time. And for Tails and Eggman... I missed it. For Tails and Eggman, you'll get your points by getting combos, and by nothing else. Okay. Yeah, so like I was saying, you get a perfect rank... Animals? You get a perfect rank in the mech stages. Oh, that's the Golden Beetle. Let me explain that quick. The Golden Beetle will give you, I want to say 2,000 points? It's something like that. If you're going for an A rank, it can be very helpful to get the Golden Beetle. It's not totally necessary. There are stages where you don't need it, but it is very helpful. Anyway, like I said, you get a perfect with the shooter stages by getting a combo of 12 or more, and you get a perfect with the treasure hunting stages by finding the emerald real fast. I don't know the exact times on that, but you have to find them pretty quickly. Yeah, there's a lot of waiting in this stage. Once you have a certain upgrade that we're going to get pretty soon, you don't have to wait around. But we don't have it yet, so we do have to wait around. Ooh. Get those 2 easy points. Alright. There's a Chow key around here somewhere, I think. Like I said, I don't... Oh, I can't get up here now? Ah, darn it. I don't know the locations of all the Chow keys. I'll be going for the ones that I know about. Oh, did I miss that? Yeah, I can't get it now. That's okay. Like I said, maybe I'll come back later and show some of that stuff off. There's also something else I'd like to address. This is, again, a secret that's kind of little known, or at least I never hear people talking about it. There are actually 2 ways to get an A rank in each stage. The first way is to get a bunch of points. There's like a point threshold. Usually I tend to find that easiest in these shooter stages because the way you get your points is by getting combos, which is easy to control. But there is also another way to do it. It's called a ring perfect. If you get every ring in a stage and hold on to all of them, you get an automatic A rank. I know it's possible, I have done it before. I will try to show it off in this playthrough. There's one stage in particular that I know I'm able to do it. It's usually really hard, particularly in the Sonic and the Shadow stages, but I will be showing that off at some point. Alright. God, I don't even really know what to say. This level is just... I'm not going to just sit here and complain about this level. It's fine. It's a lot more fun when you have other upgrades. Alright, I might as well talk about checkpoints. Checkpoints are checkpoints. If you die, you'll go back there. But they also give you bonuses if you have certain amounts of rings. I don't know what the threshold for everything is right off the top of my head, but the bonuses you will get will be 5 rings, 10 rings, 20 rings, a shield like I have now, just like a normal shield, and also and the next one will be a lightning shield, which attracts rings. Alright, trying to concentrate just a little bit, trying not to let the slight input lag just like knock me off of these platforms. The enemies all have names. I want to say these are like I think there's one called a Rhino. It might be the one with the spikes. And here we are. We've made it to Eggman's base. I think I'm actually going to say goodbye to you guys here. I will see you again soon when we find out just what Eggman is up to in there.
That wasn't so difficult.
Whoops, forgot about the Chow World. Alright, let's take care of our little guy real quick. Wow, we got quite a few animals, including a bat, which is one of my personal favorites. Whoops. The Chow can't swim right now. If he gets a high enough swim stat, then he'll be able to swim. Can't walk right now either. That's going to be a run stat, I believe. There's the raccoon. My favorite normal animal. Gives us a lot of fly for some reason. Don't ask me why. Alright. Looking pretty interesting so far. I don't like his head. We need to get him something a little bit more dramatic. He's just got little sheep ears right now. Where's the bat? Here's the bat. When you give them the bat, something special can happen. There we go. No more legs. This is a permanent change. There is a way to revert it back. Don't worry, he's not stuck like that if you don't like it. But I don't know, I love doing that, especially for Dark Chow. Alright, is that an unused parrot? Yes, it is. Have a parrot. That's better. Now the head's looking kind of nice. Alright, now I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.